Hello and welcome to another Canguro English Daily Digest. My name is Christian and today it is Thursday, best day of the week. Today, as you can see, I'm in a different environment. At the moment, I am in Perth in Australia, my hometown. And I live a very long way away from here, so unfortunately I can't visit my family very often. And sometimes I wish that the world was more like The Matrix. Have you seen the film The Matrix, where, you know, the world is a computer simulation, but you can enter into the code and you can do incredible things like teleportation. It would be amazing if I could teleport from Spain to Australia at the snap of a finger. But unfortunately I can't. But in the film The Matrix, do you remember the scene where there was a cat? So the cat goes past and then they look again and the same cat goes past. In the film this was an error, a mistake in the code of the Matrix, but they called it a glitch. And this phrase is famous, a glitch in the Matrix. So a glitch is like an unexpected error, especially in electronic or mechanical things, right? So you can have a glitch in your computer software, you can have a glitch in your video, you're watching a video, it's like a glitch, but then it also becomes a metaphor. So you can have a glitch in your plans. You're like, I was going to go to the restaurant, but then, you know, there was a glitch because we had a flat tire, for example. And this is actually a relatively new word. It probably came from the Yiddish word glitch, which means a slippery place. So it makes sense, right? A slippery place. So you're walking along, everything's fantastic, and then a glitch, a slippery thing, a problem, right? So it probably came from that, and it's a very new word. It's a very new word. In fact, even in the 1960s, this word was like a very technical word, not a common word. But now everybody knows about glitches, maybe because of the rise of technology. Technology is more common. Technology is everywhere. So, you know, we're talking about mistakes and errors and glitches. And obviously when you speak any language, you make mistakes. Native speakers make mistakes. They call people by the wrong name, or they conjugate their verb wrong, or they can't think of the word. These are all glitches in language. And the really interesting thing is that you can identify people by their mistakes and by the way that they use language. So there was this study, okay, the study is called in narrative texts, let me zoom in on this one, here. In narrative texts, punctuation marks obey the same statistics as words. Okay, so this study, let me get some focus. This study has actually nothing to do with errors and identifying people, but it was an accident of the investigation. So basically they wanted to know if the way that you use punctuation, like commas and full stops and semicolons, does that have the same importance as words? Like, is there also a statistical rules working for punctuation the same as words? Like, for example, Zipf's law. And yes, they discovered that punctuation is very important. And they discovered that they can identify a specific person as an author of a piece of text by analyzing only 10 to 12 words. So imagine that. Imagine that you can write a sentence of 10 to 12 words and you can ask a million other people to write a sentence with 10 to 12 words, and I can identify you with 90% accuracy. That's amazing, right? That's an amazing concept. It blows your mind. And it goes hand in hand with the fact that almost everything you say, if it's more than a few words, almost everything you say has never been said by another person in the history of the planet. Language is so flexible, there are so many possible permutations that almost everything you say is new, which is amazing, which is absolutely amazing, it's incredible. And so they discovered that in English it takes about 10 or 12 words to identify an author. But in Polish, they only need 5 or 6 words. Okay, so this investigation was done by some Polish researchers from the University of... doesn't say, don't know. Now, why would it be that you need 10 to 12 words in English but only 5 or 6 words in Polish? Think about it. Because English has a much more simple grammar and a much more strict word order. And so therefore, in a language like Polish, which has more complicated grammar and a freer word order, you can put the word in any orders, you have more possibilities for individual expression. So therefore, it's easier to identify a specific person. Now, one thing about this is which is maybe a little bit scary, because technology gives us these incredible tools, but technology also gives us all of the negative stuff that comes with it, right? And so think about this, you could anonymously write something political or something controversial, maybe a manifesto or maybe in your company some type of letter of protest, right? And you could be identified as the author from that text. It's like facial recognition or fingerprints, but based on language. Pretty interesting, right? Well, that's it for today's Daily Digest. Try not to make too many glitches when you speak, because, we don't want to be able to identify you too easily. Have a great day. I'm Christian. This is Canguro English. I'll see you in class.